Drake May is my favorite breakout quarterback in fantasy leagues this season. Let's talk about May and some other quarterbacks who could bust out in 2025. Listen, May showed some flashes of potential last year. He scored 17 plus fantasy points 6 times in 13 games. But where I love him is his ability to run with the football. And if he can rush for 600 to 700 yards, he's almost guaranteed to be a top 12 fantasy quarterback. You also love that the Patriots added Stephon Diggs, Trevion Henderson, and Kyle Williams to an improved offense. Caleb Williams is also a big-time breakout candidate this season. He wasn't terrible as a rookie. He was just very inconsistent. But here's the good news. The Bears not only brought in a head coach in Ben Johnson, who's an offensive guru, but they improved the offensive line. They drafted Luther Burden to replace Keenan Allen, and they also drafted Colson Loveland at the tight end position. Caleb Williams has no excuses this season. I think at a high-end level, he could be a top 10 quarterback in fantasy leagues. And based on his ADP, he's going to be a bargain in those drafts. I also love J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota. Currently the QB 19. He's not coming off the board until the 130s. Look at what Kevin O'Connell's offense has done to quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins was a regular in the top 12 among quarterbacks from a fantasy perspective. Last year, Sam Darnold came in after basically being a bust journeyman and finished in the top 10 in fantasy points. McCarthy gets Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison after his 3-game suspension, and TJ Hawkinson all at his disposal. McCarthy has great upside, and he's extremely cheap in most drafts. Michael Pennix Jr. is also entering his second season, but his first season as a starter in Atlanta, and he has big-time potential and an explosive Atlanta offense. Keep in mind, he's got Bijan Robinson and Drake London at his disposal. And I like what I saw from him in a late season start against the Panthers last year, where he threw for over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pennix right now is being picked in the 150s. So he's an absolute bargain. And then finally, Cam Ward, the rookie for the Tennessee Titans. He's not going to be Jaden Daniels in year 1, but he can run with the football. And he was one of the most accurate passers in FBS last season. So while Cam Ward may not be a QB1 as a rookie, I think he could potentially be a nice matchup-based starter as a QB2, and his ADP is in the 180s, which means he's basically a free player.